not know that's coming?
I mean, I know it's coming, but it's all acting.
Can you loosen up a little bit? You're so stuffy. Look at this. Look at that. Show them the meat. Look at the hamburger meat.
I should go one more.
Sam, you see that? You see that every night, don't you? That hamburger meat.
I need to trim the hamburger meat. I need to take a little fat off of it.
Wait, hold on. Can we add some extra hair coming out of this? Hold on. Ding! Perfect. Nailed it. Alright, so our theme for today, we're doing Ghostbusters.
Da-da-da-da. Is that how it goes?
I think that was Adam's Family. That would be a good one, too.
That would be a good one.
So, yeah.
Da-da-da-da. Who gonna call? Da-da-da-da.
What's with the hip?
That's how you do it, man. Fucking busting.
Come on, proton pack. Put the proton pack.
Alright.
I'm not sure what I'm doing over.
I'm ready to bust some ghosts, man.
I'm just gonna go ding! Put my pack on. No, hold on now. So that one scene they're spraying up in the air, right? Come on, spray up in the air. Now catch the cuckheads, the slimy cuckheads.
What tool do we use?
That was the proton pack. We gotta put it back on. Now we're just gonna eat the cuckheads. Because we have to eat.
I'm not eating a cuckhead anymore. The Ghostbusters aren't eating cuckheads.
It's a big piece of slime with a cuckhead. Hold on.
What is going on?
Oh, that's gonna be epic. I want slime slowly. Bobby's like, what the heck?
He got so many visuals on that. I don't even.
I want slime.
I'm confused.
I'm envisioning. Here's what I'm envisioning. Like green gooey slime dripping down with at the bottom. It's just the cuckhead like pulling the slime down. Right.
Oh, you lost me, man.
Hold on, Slimer!
Alright, Doug has officially lost me.
Alright. Woo! Let's start it over. Alright, man, I'm sweaty. That's a lot of work.
You didn't need any extra stems.
No, I didn't take any extra stems.
You're good.
I'm still flying on boom from this morning. Can we get started?
Yeah.
We're like 5 minutes in again. This is where we lose all the viewers. They sit through this and then they just shut it off.
Alright, we're doing Ask the Boss. We're live here.
So ask the questions. If you have questions, type them in down there.
We're going to get started.
Mrs. Meaty Thighs will
bust some
answer.
ghosts. Ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Alright, Matt Aga94. Hey, any news around the greens and the multi-product? Also, would you ever consider doing a cheesecake flavor in your ISO or Pro? Keep up with the great work. Best products on the market.
Cheesecake is
no cheesecake. Maybe a strawberry.
So let's do a quick update on products because we got a ton of stuff in the works. So for core, first we're gonna have Core Shred.
Yes.
So non-stim fat burner, really awesome product in a pineapple strawberry flavor. Thinking around May, let's call it May, sometime in May. Fury X, I gotta jump on a phone call after this to confirm a couple things, but Fury X, tentatively June 1st. So that's going to be huge. That one is just, ooh, I'm tingly. Yeah, I'm tingly there. Yeah. Core Greens. Core Greens, we have approved formulas in both a berry and a chocolate, but we're going to push that off till later in the summer because we have kind of more important stuff going on.
Like July.
Like July. So, is that everything for Core?
Well, we have an approved new ABC flavor.
Oh, ABC. Should we tell them?
Yeah, let's tell them. Tingle them.
Sweet tea. It's amazing. It is the best sweet tea flavor I've ever had. Paul Revelio and I were drinking it down in Australia, and it's awesome. So, hopefully, I think that would be perfect for like July 4th launch.
Oh. Okay.
So if any retailer wants to step up and take a small short-term exclusive on that, we could probably work something.
While we're at it, Subs.com exclusive on Australian Orange Sherbet still going on. So you can only get ABC Australian Orange Sherbet at Subs.com. And if you're in Australia, with MassiveJoes.com.
And that flavor is amazing. It's not just an orange. There's definitely a sherbet cream flavor in there. It is awesome. So once that's going to go widespread May 1st.
Yes.
So sweet tea later in the summer. Now, America side of things.
Yes.
We got some big stuff. So Baby Bird and I will be down, and hopefully I'm going to take the whole family, are going to be down in Florida for our manufacturing date, which is the 30th of April through that week. So that whole week we're going to be, we have everything. All the pieces of this puzzle that we've been working on for 9 months now are going to come together. We're looking for a launch of America Energy on Memorial Day. So that one's going to be huge. And we're already working on our 5th flavor. Well over, I would probably say 2/3 of our first run is already sold out. And we don't even have the product in here. So anybody looking to jump on board early, wants to take like pallet quantities, hit us up. Really, we're going to push everyone through. Muscle Foods, our distributor, for the smaller quantities. If anybody wants to take on large pallets, that's pretty much the only thing we're going to be shipping out of our headquarters. New product coming soon for America. Well, 2 new products, but the first one, Guts and Glory. Guts and Glory will be an overall organ health shield type of product. So kidney, liver, heart, cholesterol, eyes, skin. What else am I missing? That sounds pretty comprehensive. Yeah, the formula is ridiculous. It's going to be in a powder form, so it'll be available in Australia as well. That formula is awesome. I think we can pump that out by June. That's my goal. So sometime in June, shortly thereafter or around about the same time, we got to figure out the Uncle Bam thing. We've had some hiccups in that. The Uncle Bam, which would be the fat burner for America Labs. So, and then, this month, end of this month, later in this month, probably about 3 weeks from now, Chubby Choco Nuts. So this is our 5th flavor of our ridiculous protein from America Labs, Patriots Way. This has real Reese's Puff cereal in it with a chocolate peanut butter base. It is,
like stupid. The chocolate has like a cookie and cream. It's good.
It's ridiculous.
But before even all that, next week,
this is nuts. So next week we're launching 2 new flavors. 4 SKUs next week. 2 new flavors of Pipes, 2 new flavors of Boom, launching a week from today. So we're shooting on Monday, April 2nd. So by the time this comes out, we're like a couple days away. The 9th, we're going to be launching Let's Make America Grape Again, Red, White, and Boom with Stars and Pipes, and American Made, which is our orange tangerine flavor in both Boom and Pipes. So both of them taste amazing. I know everyone's excited about that. So
we'll have 4 flavors in Boom and Pipes.
Yeah.
Super excited about that. Whew. Okay, I think you did good. Good job. Now that your heart rate's down a little bit.
Well, now, but I'm kind of like stressed that all the stuff is going on now. That's you stressed.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Take some core hard. All right, cool. Update's done.
I'm good.
All right, moving on.
False alarm.
What else do they have? Do they have a net? No, you can't.
No, thing you step on. No, that's not that's your broomstick move, bro. Bro,
I wanted to get
like you step on it and then it traps. Like the big beam comes up and then.
Okay, so imagine they can see our feet because they can't.
No. Bobby's not gonna do that. Yeah.
Customer service.
Customer service.
Let's go. Here.
No, I'm just kidding. You're good. All right.
No. We gotta answer the phone. Jeremy got it. You got any questions over there?
I have one actually.
All right.
So Cade, one of our new ambassadors, just asked Pat and Doug, what is the lowest your calories and macros have ever been at the end of contest prep? Great question.
2,100 calories.
19.
Yeah. All right.
Just
that was random.
And that was like for 1 week. I really never went under 2,000.
I'm pretty sure Cade's like 4 weeks out right now, so he's probably.
Yeah, I mean,
it should be increasing by now.
I mean, yeah, you should get that. My last prep was about 7 weeks out, 6 to 7 weeks out, and then I reversed into the show. But yeah, don't get caught up in numbers. I think people sometimes at that last point they're like too scared to push because they feel like if they drop below 2,000, they're going to damage themselves or something like that. So yeah, I would just say if you're not lean enough, something has to happen. You either need to do more cardio or you need to, drop your calories. It's simple as that. It's thermodynamics. So yeah, don't get caught up in the numbers thing, like freaking out that you hit a certain number. So
All right, True Science Ryan. I've been taking serious cysts for years, and I love it. I'm also very excited that you guys have released yours. My question is there any reason you went with a 5% extract rather than 10% or 20%? I didn't know if you found some reason why it was more superior than other. This has been something I've been wondering about Cystis products. I appreciate your feedback.
So it's a very good question, and I don't think there is 100% consensus on. So let me back up. Most of the studies done on Cystis for the joint benefits are done on whole herb extracts. So they're not specifically going to be extracted for ketosteroids, which is what the 5% is. I think there is some hypothesis that that is providing a lot of the joint benefits, but there's a lot of other compounds in the plant itself besides the ketosteroids that have joint health benefits. So the more that we do a specific extract, the more we lose on all of the other parts of the herb. So a 5% provides enough of the ketosteroids for those benefits, but also keeps part of the whole plant intact, or in terms of the other ingredients. So that was a percentage that we went with. I don't really think there would be that much of a difference between the 5 and 10%. The way I always kind of thought of this back in the day, like we're talking like 2006 when Cystis was just hitting the market, is I always thought about it is some people took Cystis for some anabolic effects, and the higher the percentage extract, the more potential anabolic effect you're going to have from it if you're megadosing it, the less joint benefit you're going to have from it. So we did ours specifically for joints. And you know, I pretty much megadose that anyway, so I take 12 caps a day of that. So I've been doing that for a long time. So cool. Hope that answers the question.
That was a really cool question. All right. What are your thoughts on nutrient timing? This is from Slupo 1992. Thoughts on nutrient timing, and also, have you thought of ever coming out with an intra-workout carb?
Another very good question. So we just had this debate, well, not debate, internally.
And we actually just got this question on IG Live, so.
About intra-workout carbs?
Yeah.
Was it SLUPO 1992?
Nope.
So, on the gains tour, on the CRUSHIT tour, one of the questions was surrounding intra-workout carbs. Both Paul and I were of the opinion that intra-workout carbs are not needed. And I know Joe, based on some recent study that he looked at, felt there was some benefits to intra-workout carbs. So we had this discussion internally, and we looked back at some of the old studies and the data on it. And I think our consensus is that if you're doing a large carb meal, and this is what I recommend, this is generally what I've done for the past 15 years, a large carb meal about an hour and a half or 2 hours before you train. So we're talking whatever that large amount is for you. For me, it's about 100 grams, 80 to 100 grams of carbs. And then do pre-workout BCAAs before and kind of during your training, core ABC during your training. And then you're having a large carb or insulin spike post-workout, which I use core PWO. That is kind of like your ideal peri-workout nutrient timing setup. Now, insulin is important for a number of reasons. One is, and why I really like it post-workout, is it does blunt cortisol, right? So you spike your insulin, they're antagonistic, your cortisol will be reduced. The other thing is it does help immediately with the muscle, or the replenishment of muscle glycogen to the muscles that you've worked. Intra-workout carbs can do a number of things in terms of, you know, there's different reasons why people would take them. One of the reasons somebody would take it is because they feel like it would be for immediate energy source, but I don't buy that. I don't think it works that quickly. Some people will say also it helps with your insulin levels to keep cortisol down. I just said that was good post-workout. That's not something that you need some cortisol, and the whole process of muscle building and training is when you're training, you know, cortisol is going to be released, you're going to break down, you know, you need some cortisol. And the process of rebuilding or weight training and getting stronger is you break down and then you rebuild. So having those carbs and having your insulin levels spiked during your training, I think can actually be detrimental to gains, and also it certainly is detrimental to fat loss in terms of freeing fatty acids and stuff like that. So there's a couple of different mechanisms working there, but I actually like to keep insulin levels You know, I don't like that big influx of glucose.
Gotcha.
So, pretty complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Maybe we'll do a blog post on that, because it is pretty complicated, but there's a lot of good information out there.
So as of right now, on where you stand,
Carbs?
We probably won't do a
No.
intra-workout carb.
No. I would say only unless you're like a super, super hard gainer and you absolutely need to get calories in, like Baby Bird, you know, like, otherwise you don't need the carbs during your training. You're not going to die, your blood sugar's not going to go low if you're doing the good peri-workout nutrition outside of it. So, those are my thoughts.
Good. All right. Hunter Pauly, how can us natty lifters continue to make the best progress in our physiques and strength once we are past the 5 to 6 years of serious lifting and nutrition? Can you still stay relatively lean and gain muscle as well?
Sure. I mean, I think 5 to 6 years is pretty young. I made a lot of good gains past 5 and 6 years, and I think it comes down to consistency and patience. So again, this is something we talked on the CRUSHIT tour. We went around the room and we between Joe, Joel, Paul and I, we gave one piece of advice to help people with their kind of health and fitness and life goals. And one of the ones that, you know, Joel said was consistency. You got to be doing this consistently. You can't just start and stop all the time. And then patience. People are not patient. You know, it takes literally, like, as I said before, like, I got notebooks this high of 20 years of training. You know, it takes a lot of time to do it naturally. It's going to be slow, and yes, your gains will tail off, but that's when you have to be mentally tough and know that you still can make progress and stay consistent with it. So yeah, absolutely. 5 to 6 years, that's nothing. You know, the best natural bodybuilders are, you know, they're not 25. You know, they're a lot older. It takes time.
Okay. Man, I got some good stuff in here, man. Can Doug expand more on the kind of training he does? I know you've talked about this a lot. I believe he does 20 rep sets from what I've seen. I was wondering if the higher rep ranges are found to be more beneficial and why he does them versus low rep ranges. Kind of answered it several times.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's a good question. And, you know, sometimes I think about it. I do train pretty much, like when I train back, or I train legs, like I don't ever do a set really under 20 reps unless it's like a last single set. And I think that's just the way I've trained. I kind of enjoy training that way. I feel like that's where I can really exhaust myself and push myself. And I think over the years it's worked really well for my physique. So maybe there's some definite benefit for training in those higher rep ranges. Now I'm not training lightweight. I'm not just going 20 reps and lightweight, just get a pump. You know, it's not like that. This is kind of more towards failure. So it would be interesting to see where my physique would be today if I stuck literally mostly in the 6 to 12 rep range. You know, I don't know. You know, maybe it would be better, maybe it would be worse. For me, it has worked well. I think the big key that people today get caught up on, and I see it, and this was a perfect example, man, I'm going to go back to the CRUSHIT tour. People cannot train intensely by themselves. So like we had a group of 4, we'd split up into groups, and like we were training, and like this guy was doing laying, we were on the ground doing laying upright rows, and he did like 12 reps, and on his 12th rep he's like, Urgh. I was like, bro, I was like, your 11th rep was like this, your 12th rep you're like this. I was like, you had 5 more, and I'm literally standing over him. I was like, what the hell is that? Dude cranks out like 7 more reps. And I was like, that's what you need to do when no one's over top of you yelling at you, and most people can't do that. And I think that's what really separates it. And so I think the number one variable there is intensity. Yes, there's a need for periodization and times the back off, but I just really think most people lack the intensity to really push their body to where it needs to go.
And then I think you've kind of touched on it today. I think in that amount of volume, you just got to be smart and to know when your body is getting close to, I think, overwork.
Yeah, so I mean, my training has been awesome lately, but like today, like I had a great leg workout, but I like pushed, I hit PRs, and you know, now at 38 years old, when you hit a PR, it's a big deal. So like I can tell that like I've been pushing hard for many weeks, so I probably need to back off some. Now, whether or not I will, you know, that's TBD, but I'd rather do it now before I get hurt than kind of just push through and get hurt. You've learned that recently, Meat.
Yeah. So I know now, like I've been pushing hard.
Meat just has mobilization weeks now.
Yeah, so I've been pushing hard for the last
Look how juicy he
6
looks.
days. Let me talk!
Look how juicy I can. He's just
interrupt.
He's just so distracting with all this meat.
Anyways, 6 to 8 weeks of hard training. It's time. I can tell my body is like, I'm going to see the dry needle guy on Thursday. And like,
you're gonna be walking there like
all these road trips you send me on, you know, like all this work I do. Shit,
this guy.
I need a massage.
Theragun. What do you guys do?
Yeah, where is the Theragun?
It's at home, bro.
I'll bring it.
I'll bring it tomorrow. Yeah, we use it like every day. That's maybe why I was so limber this morning for legs. Just
I need that. Like,
I'll bring it in tomorrow. I'll work your hips for you.
All right, come on.
I'll loosen your hips.
All right, cool. All right, Double O Swole.
Yep.
He's a big fan of you. He's always looked at your style of training very strongly. My question comes to you as regards to injury. About 6 months ago, I broke my ankle squatting, and after surgery and 2 months of recovery, went back into the gym to train. How would you approach training when you have a slight fear of injury again, even though when you can lift the weight? I haven't been able to squat properly nor deadlift without feeling in my ankle, and I was wondering on your thoughts on how to overcome injury and fear of it happening again.
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one. I've been dealing with it.
Why don't you take it? Oh, well, why don't I let you speak?
I mean, how do you approach training when you have that slight fear of injury again? I have the fear of it, but I think it's a patient thing. It's a gradual thing. Like you have to, like one thing Sam tells me is just like, I love when I see you put another plate on. Something as simple as that. Like just slowly add more weight and build. The confidence builds as you continue to try to push yourself, but don't try to push yourself too fast. So
yeah, I had a pretty bad back. I hurt my back pretty bad. Probably it was spring of 2016. So I used to deadlift first in my workout, like pretty much all the time. I never deadlift first anymore. So I probably might even be a stronger deadlifter today, but I'm not willing to test it. Like there's no need for me to try to lift 700 pounds or whatever, 675. There's no need for it, right? And that would just open me up for injury. So like I try to deadlift when I'm already fatigued, and I go for more like a heavy weight. Maybe not an all-out max weight, but for a lot of reps. So for me, mentally, that's a lot easier to handle when there might be still that small fear in the back of my head. Because I got hurt on a certain very heavy weight, right? So that's still there. But I do find if I go into a set timid and not, and worrying about things, I don't feel good. If I just lift the weight and just kind of tell myself, dude, you're fine, let's go, and I pull the weight, and I'm not just thinking about it while pacing around like, oh, I gotta do this set, I gotta do this set. Yeah. So some of it for me is I try not to think about it as much. Obviously it's there, and you do need to be smart about your training, but sometimes you can overanalyze and get, you psych yourself out. You psych yourself out. We might have to roll longer than.
So 30 minutes is gonna cut it.
Yeah, we'll cue it back.
There's a lot of good.
This is gonna be a long one.
Yeah, we're hanging out.
How we doing?
How you doing?
We're doing good. Just a lot of comments.
Good. I can get
comments
some
and questions.
I can get some water in the break.
Are you farting? What are you doing?
I just love my legs. Just feeling good. What are you doing?
Trying to limber up.
All right.
Do you need protein shakes in your diet?
No.
Okay. What's your secret to get bigger arms?
With weights.
Okay.
No, bigger arms. Again, consistency, patience, and the one tip I do give in terms of like training techniques and stuff, I do prioritize hammer curl motions to target other parts of your bicep other than your peak. There's a lot of mass that sits between your bicep and your tricep. And so working that area through like a hammer curl or a rope hammer curl, I think makes your whole arm look bigger. So I actually do, I would say 30 to 50% of my motions for biceps are done in a hammer position. So that's my only really tip other than crush it, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Just crush it, man. Dude, hanging out with Carl for like a weekend, you could tell he was like, he thrived in the 90s. Like he was such a, Yeah, man, like, dude, man, dude.
I love to see Carl with his earrings.
Yeah.
His earrings and his, like, baggy pants.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I bet he was a party.
He still wears the... Oh, man. I love it when the cuck has a drink or two. I love a loopy cuck.
Okay. Moving on.
Cuck, are you watching out there? Is Cuck on?
What are your physique goals at this point, Mr. Dougie?
I mean, I'm still trying to get better. You know, like, I think once you bag it in, it's just like, I'm just gonna maintain, like,
And drink a beer.
drink a beer. Like, it's all downhill from there. Like, who does that?
Me.
You don't do that. Come on.
I had a beer yesterday. What do you mean?
We had a beer, but you didn't like just pack it in.
Yeah, no.
Like, you always try to better yourself. Like, I think still in the back of my head I would like to compete someday, and so I want to make sure that when I step on stage I'm better than I was before. So I still train like I'm going to compete.
You're definitely competing. How we got? You want to go cut it? 4 minutes?
That was the slowest minute of my life.
I think he's lying. If you had to work out at 5 a.m., would you wake up early to get a pre-workout meal?
Probably.
I would wake up at 3, chug MRP. I'd go back to bed for an hour.
Really?
I think that's what I would do.
How about just going like mad big carb meal before bed so you just pass out, like the carbs will put you in a carb coma, wake up and do PCAs. Maybe slam some ice.
I don't know. I think I would try it. I would definitely. Kenton's studies on fasted training sometimes intrigue me, and like taking load before, on an empty stomach would, like, say you crushed
that load.
Huh?
Ken was watching actually. You said fasted training.
He just it moved.
Yeah, he's
I
all
just
excited.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
So what was I just saying?
I mean, Sam and I train early, and we're gonna actually transition to try training it in the evening.
Ooh.
Because sometimes we wake up at 5 and try to get like there by 6:30, and like our pre-workout meals definitely don't just very well.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, that's a tough one. I would probably go just huge meal before bed, to be honest with you, if I was going to do that early. See, I might like. I don't train bright and early, so I'll like wake up. I'll train first thing in the morning, but after one meal. But I'll wake up and then do a bunch of work for. I'll be awake for at least 2 hours before I train. So, but it's one meal, one big meal. So that for me is ideal. But I would play with it. I would play with it and see what happens.
Yeah. I guess we didn't really answer the question, but give you some insight.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby, what you got? Go ahead, let's cut it. All right, we'll be back.
Wait, hold on, spray it or something.
Okay, ready? We're back.
That's gonna be epic. It's gonna take Bobby like a full day to edit this. Just block your calendar tomorrow, bro. You gotta find some good. It's called ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah, that's the green gooey stuff.
Yeah. All right, we're back. We're live.
Any more questions? Let's go to the live. Let's go to the phones.
How many people we still got?
Actually, we did get one really good question. How vital is it to split leg days, quad and hamstring split?
I think it's really important. I think you can't do your legs justice in one workout. So I've been splitting my legs for. Splitting my legs. It sounds funny.
Yeah, you make it.
I've been splitting my legs for a long time. I think it's really important. I just think there's such a big body part, and they can recover. So I usually will hit hands and calves Friday, and then quads and calves Monday. So I think it's important if you want real wheels.
Some people just,
You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at
separation.
that! Bobby.
All right. Chill.
Chill.
What does your diet consist
You see
of?
him creeping towards the camera so he looks bigger this whole time? I just got out.
I'm wearing a big shirt today. I don't know.
Loosen up again, me. Why
Okay.
are you gonna tighten that up?
Yeah. Ouch.
I think we need these crazy cuts back.
Keep it out.
Just have them come in right here.
No, I don't want those things. Get them out of here. All right. Chill.
Just imagine.
Are we good? No, we're doing. Are we asking questions? Answering questions?
I think we're just making work for Bobby. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
What does your diet consist of?
Really? No, don't answer. We can't do that question.
Okay. Break down your training philosophy.
We just had that. We just did that question.
Okay.
Intensity is everything.
All right, this is good. Now we're getting to the good people.
Okay.
All right. The pump chaser. If there was one piece of advice you could say to someone just starting off in their fitness career, meaning training, personal training, supplements, dieting, etc., what would it be?
This is easy. Patience.
Yeah.
Patience. So this goes from not just... So, look, a lot of... At the CRUSHIT tour, that was my one thing, that was my piece of advice. And
what was, what was some of the others?
So Joel's was consistency, mine was patience, Paul's was if it fits your lifestyle, and Joe's was never give up. Cool. So once you have these things in place. And so the patience thing is, you know, I would probably say 90% of our crowd were millennials. And I think, you know, millennials get a really bad rap, but I really think the one big flaw is patience. In the age of technology, and you can get everything now, the instant gratification, they want things now. So like, you know, I used to have, when I was working in the corporate world, have these consultants, they didn't get promoted after a year, and they were just like, I'm going to look for another job, I'm not making it. Like, that's idiotic. And some of it, you know, some of our guys, our millennials in our stores, you know, who are managers, they expect their store to be doing $5,000 a day. I've been open 6 months. Why are we not, you know, totally crushing it? I mean, it takes consistency, patience, a lot of hard work, and, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. So that goes to the same thing with training. Like, this is not an overnight game. If you want to, like, if you think your physique's going to completely change and you're going to be like a ridiculous level physique athlete in 1 year, you're sorely mistaken. Unless you're a complete genetic freak or you're on drugs, it's not going to happen. So, patience.
Cool. All right. One ball, he's in here a lot. He's submitted this one before, but why Penn State? I don't think maybe he didn't answer it.
I don't know. Has he submitted that before?
He was the one at the Arnold.
He came up and busted our balls at the Arnold because he was the guy who stumped us.
Oh, yeah.
So why Penn State? Okay, so I grew up outside of Philadelphia, and to be honest with you, one of the main reasons I applied is like I went to Penn State football games my whole life. You know, my parents are from Central PA, and that was just kind of a part of life. Now I applied to other schools. So my brother went to Princeton, so I applied to Princeton, and I didn't get in. But I did get into the Penn State. My second choice was the Penn State Honors Program. And I did get in there. So luckily, I mean, like, I went to Penn State's Honors Program because it comes with a scholarship for the same price that it would have cost me for 1 year at Princeton.
Wow.
So it was kind of like, you know, everything happens for a reason, and like, I don't know if I would have been happy at Princeton. You know, like.
Those are the only two schools you applied?
No, I applied some other places, like I could have, you know, like UVA, Dartmouth. I applied to Dartmouth. I didn't get into Dartmouth. I didn't get into Princeton or Dartmouth. UVA, where else? I was recruited at Bucknell to swim, play soccer. I'm not sure where else. What was it? A long time ago. This was like 20 years ago. Bro.
You're getting old, bro.
But it was the best thing. Like, I had the, you know, all the resources of Penn State. You know, I didn't live in the honors college because I didn't want to live with a bunch of, you know like it just, you know me, Bobby, come on.
You're still trying to be the cool kid?
Yeah, you know, I just. I needed my snacks. You know what I mean? No, that was really not the case. But I did not live in the honors program. I'm just being, or live in the honors dorm. They had a separate dorm. It was just like right in the middle of campus. It wasn't like where I wanted to be like a normal freshman and kind of go through the normal big school environment. So,
why did you pick Core Nutritionals to have Virginia headquarters? It's a great question.
I don't know. I think Virginia picked me. Yeah.
Virginia.
So I worked in DC for 12 years. Like I said, as I was kind of building these businesses, I've been living in Virginia since 2006. Before that, in DC and Maryland, and so our roots are here. You know, this is where I live. I live in Vienna, which half an hour outside of DC, and you know, I really love it here. You get the 4 seasons, you know, you get summer, winter, spring, fall, and all our friends are here, so it's just like, this is where we want to be. Yeah, we could move someplace else, and it would be a lot cheaper. Like when we were looking to build a building, you know, we could build a building for probably a quarter of the cost that we're looking to spend. But this is where I want to be. So it's as simple as that. It's our home now.
I have a customer service question. Shmoop,
Let's hear it.
is it possible if I can exchange my t-shirt size? The men's baseball raglan long sleeve. I ordered a medium and he needs a large.
If you ship it back to us,
Come on up here.
we'll ship it back
Get in the
to
middle
you.
here.
Oh gosh.
Shmoop sandwich.
I'm not going to sandwich Shmoop.
Yeah, no, that'd be weird. This is my boss. Bring it up close and personal.
Alright,
And that's Bird.
so what's the answer?
Show the Bird.
So if you guys ship it back to us, we'll ship it back to you because we appreciate your support and your purchase, and we want you to have the size you want. And so
I would email info@Nutritionals
that too.
about the situation.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it
She'll
right.
handle
We make everything
Yep.
right.
Yeah,
Take care of you.
cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Good work. Alright, last question. That's all I got.
Cool. Well,
Is there anything in there?
Actually, there was a good one. In your opinion, what are the best and worst parts of the fitness industry?
Ooh. That is a good one.
The best part is being part of Core Nutritionals.
There you go. I think when you find that right group of people who are like-minded and have the same integrity and ethics that you do, it's awesome. So like these guys are like my family now. But I think it's sometimes hard to find that. I think there is so much fakeness and, you know, just TNA and just, you know, just dumb-ish going on in the fitness industry. So I try to surround myself with real people that have the same values and ethics than I do. And when that's the case, it's like we have fun. I mean, like we're not directly getting paid, but like we get paid. This is what we do for a living. We have fun conversations like this. But I think there's a lot of pressure for people to be somebody they're not on Instagram, on social media, and I think that's a problem. You know, I think everyone's looking towards certain social media influencers in the fitness industry, but they're not even real people. You know, like that's not the real person that they are, and so I think that can misguide a lot of people.
Then I would say, not just people that work with us, but like there's companies out there that are ethical companies, and so partnering with the right people, I think, is important too.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
See my post like 3 posts ago, right?
3 posts.
4 posts.
Yeah.
I just made about
Relationships.
meeting the right people in there. Yeah.
All right, cool. Last one I got. Pump Predators.
Done.
What's that mean?
Battery's dead. How much
Oh,
time
we
is
filming?
left? Are we still filming? We going? All right, let's roll.
Oh, no, this last one. Any possibilities of a blueberry protein flavor in the future? The MRP blueberry crumb cake is so damn delicious.
Welcome back, folks. What?
That's true. Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the question before Band's battery died.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that. Love you, Carl. Carl and I slept together. We didn't even get to squeegee the slime off this.
Alright, Pump Predator 17. Any possibility of the blueberry protein in the future? The MRP blueberry crumb cake is so damn delicious. Thanks, Meaty, for changing my pre-workout / breakfast life. You're welcome, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you think that would be good in like a I mean...
So the reason MRP blueberry is so good is because of
The carb base.
Yeah, the oat and barley helps with that crumb cake.
We are working on a new flavor.
This question has been asked.
Flavor.
What?
Flavor Flav.
Is
What's
there-
our new flavor?
Is there a new MRP?
Oh, apple crumb cake, apple cobbler,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. What was it? Eating rice, being white. That's my line.
Is that Trey's line or your line?
No, Trey was freestyling and I just jumped in there. I was just, I was eating rice and I was being white.
So never brown or white, it's always white.
Yeah, no, well I was eating white rice and I just happened to be being white. You know what I mean? All right. On that note, I think is that a wrap? Do we have any more
It's right
questions?
over here.
No, we're good.
That was the question though. MRP.
Yeah, they want a red velvet.
MRP would be hard.
I don't know if that would be good.
Well, so red velvet is chocolate.
What about a red velvet ISO?
Red velvet, you need the cream cheese icing like flavoring in there, right?
Red velvet pro.
Yeah.
We do need a new pro flavor.
We're working on chocolate hazelnut. We're gonna get a Nutella. We're not just gonna do chocolate hazelnut. I think Nutella has something. So tell me, people, what is in Nutella besides hazelnut? Because it's just not chocolate hazelnut.
Sugar.
Well, no kidding. But what else is in there? There's got to be another flavor system to put with the chocolate and the hazelnut to get it right. Anyways, we'll be working on that. Until next time, keep crushing it.
Yeah, that's my son out. Feel good.
All right, we out. We out of here.